Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and this morning during my Sunday 9 a.m. Central board game stream, remember I switched up days for the streams, I'll be showing you some more Star Wars Armada goodness, this time the Recusant class destroyer for the Separatist faction. Separatist, out of the Clone Wars, is definitely still my favorite faction as far as ships anyway, just because of how cool they look, very intricate. It's got a very, if you're familiar with it, EVE Online, a Mimitar style look to it, very sleek, slim, only the essentials to get the ship going. And no, it's a very cool paint job as well, so we'll get into it. I haven't opened this before, I actually don't know what it's all about. I did finally get this copy, and we'll explore it together. Cool, and if you, of course, like what you're watching, this is twitch.tv/Ismortah. Like, comment, and subscribe. VODs will be here as well as on YouTube at Shadow Balance Games. And then you can check out the schedule and updates to the content coming up on Twitter at Shadow Balance. All right, let me get the chats going. Chats are going. Alrighty, so let's open this baby up, see what it's all about. So I believe this looks like it's going to be a huge ship, even though it's very sleek and slim. I mean, not huge. I mean, a large base ship. We'll check it out. You have some hints on the back, what's in it, but honestly, like, I don't even know. I have no expectations. Other than the ship looks cool, so let's do it. And in a future stream, I will show you my current collection for just Clone Wars stuff. That includes the Republic, Galactic Republic, and Separatist. So expect that in a future stream. And again, that's not going to be every ship that's available. It'll just be the ones that I have. And fleets that I've made. That's what I'll probably do. Probably just show like a builds as well. Going to have this cool light so you can see on the stream. Alright, so yeah, this is what I thought. This guy is very sleek, slim. It's almost like the Invincible Hand kind of looked like a I want to say like a submarine. This one looks almost like a rocket ship. The fact that you have the tripod of 3 engines and very missile-like look. And if you don't do this already, even though you don't need to keep the lids, it's always a good idea to keep these plastic that it sits in, because it's a good way to transport the ship in the future. Alright, so we got our ship. We got the base stuff, we got a bunch of tokens, we got stuff all about the ship, and of course we got the upgrade cards and such. So first, let's take a look at the ship, obviously, because it's badass. I want to be very careful with it, though, because the center of it is very slim, kind of like, oh man, it's been so long I forget the name of the ship. The Rebel ship, one of the first ships that came out many moons ago, that you see bent a lot of times because its narrow end can wobble if you put too much pressure on it. So I want to be very careful to not pull it by there. It's because I don't want to harm the ship. It does rotate it. Wow, that is cool. God, the detail. That is so cool. And you got the little towers and city elements you see at the top. The paint job has little bits of yellow to show lights, and then of course you got the paint of just the faction colors on the exterior. Oh man, it's so cool. Try to get some good shots for you here. I'll do a zoom in as well. Just want to give you a overview. See if you get really close. Try to see if you angle like here. You can start to see like the city top. See if it zooms. It's so cool. Pretty awesome. That's me. Like, I mean, I played the game for fun, not for meta. It's more like meta and what's cool and what's cool looking. I do first and then make the meta out of what I have. But man, this is just a cool looking ship. Look at that. It's awesome. I just want to do the stream to show the ship, but immediately after this, I'm probably just going to be playing with it. I won't lie to you. All right, so I'll just rest it there. All right, so we'll build it at the end of the stream so we can present it on all that jazz. But let's go ahead and open up some more stuffs. So I won't worry about popping this out now for you guys. Well, I don't know. But this is all the dials. You got stuff for the ship. And notice again, this is just the cardboard, none of the plastic for the dials, because that's now just in the core sets, which makes sense because you only can field a certain number of ships anyway. Same with the plastic. Yeah, a lot of the plastic that's not absolutely unique to the ship. If it's something that all ships use, like command dials, and measurement tool and that sort of thing, that's all in the base game. All right, so we'll definitely build it here in a sec. Look at the rules in a sec. Now let's look at the cards. Because I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming some Trade Federation dudes, like this is a Trade Federation dude, but I don't know. All right, so we have Martuk. Says, while a friendly ship is attacking, if the defending hull zone has at least one shield remaining, the attacker may add one red die to its attack pool. While a friendly ship is attacking a ship that has no shields remaining, after rolling an attack die, the attacker must cancel one attack die. So basically, this ability is really good if you still have shields on a ship. Then you're doing some extra damage. So that's, I don't know. And this guy is also a, looks like he's actually a commander. So it's not an officer ability, it's a commander ability. We have TF 1726. Which looks like is also a commander. Once per activation, while a friendly ship is attacking a ship, the attacker adds one black die to its attack pool for each raid token the defender has, to a maximum of 2 additional dice. This is interesting because, you know, like, I haven't been involved in meta play for this game, but I heard the meta for raid tokens before was kind of like not worth doing because it's so involved to do it, and you get so little value out of it. This guy adds a lot of value now to raid tokens. The fact that if you're able to board someone's ship and start giving them raid tokens, this then makes them easier to hit. It's like you start sabotaging the ship. Then we start getting into officers that you can have on your ship. You see the officer insignia on the lower left. Passel Argente. When you reveal a command, you may place a matching command token on this card. Then if you have at least one of any sort of token on this card, you may gain one additional command dial of your choice. So it sounds like this guy allows you to sacrifice a command token in order to have an extra command dial. And so what that effectively means is it's sort of like, instead of gaining the effectiveness of a command dial over 2 turns, command token, instead you get 1 command dial, which is more powerful than a command token, so it's like you're stocking up for a more powerful punch later on. All right, then we have another officer, Sandhill. Looks like he's got ability, something to do with squadron tokens for 2, we'll see. At the start of squadron phase, you may discard any number of tokens from this card. For each token you discard in this way, 1 additional squadron at close to long range of you may be activated during each of your fleet's turns to activate squadrons this phase. So this allows you to activate more squadrons than what's in your squadron command on your ship. So that's good for squadron to get going on. Now we have another officer, Shu Mai. I'm pronouncing it correctly. After deploying fleets, you may place 2 non-consecutive round tokens on this card. During each round matching one of these tokens while attacking a ship, you may re-roll up to 3 dice. So this guy is sort of gambling. You're sort of guessing on when you're going to be in a great position to punch. And when you're able to punch, you can re-roll 3 dice. Why do you care? Because that way if you have shitty rolls, you could have another chance of getting rolls that you want. And for only 4, that's actually pretty good, actually, I have to say. Now we're getting into some actual ship upgrades. So we got flak guns. Treat each die in your anti-squadron armament as black. While performing a, what is that symbol? Is that the symbol for, or is that a new symbol, actually? I was going to say it's that counterattack symbol, barrage, but is that barrage? It says, well, if it is barrage, while performing a barrage attack, and that's basically when someone attacks you, you can counterattack with a gun attack. The black dice in your battery armament can be used at medium range, and the blue die in your battery armament can be used at long range. So it's almost like this diverts power from... I want to say, or is that symbol for a squadron attack? I forget what the symbol is for, unless there's a new one. But anyway, because it would make more sense if that was a symbol for attacking a squadron as a counterattack and not ships like barrage. But basically, whatever you shoot at, you can shoot longer. All your anti-squadron armaments are black. And then whenever you perform, if this is squadron attack, barrage, the black dice is treated. Am I correct? Let me see here. Let's see if I get the correct symbol, what that fuck means. The additional rules doesn't say anything. This is a large ship. That's all it says. Great. Anyway. So anyway, I have 2 flak guns. I'll have to look and see what that symbol is, but it's a symbol that looks like you're doing a barrage of fire, if you can see. That's symbol next to the attack. Then we have B2 rocket troopers. We got 2 of these. While performing a maybe that is barrage attack against a ship at close to medium range, you may exhaust this card. If you do, the defender gains 1 raid token of your choice. So this is the way you can get raid tokens on a ship. Hence, you're raiding the ship with troops. While attacking a squadron, you may exhaust this card. If you do, add 1 die of a color already in your attack pool to your attack pool. So what this cool is, it's like these are mini troopers, and you can use them to either board a ship to sabotage it, or they can fly out in space and actually shoot at other starfighters. So that's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Anacris? Yeah, Recusant is the name of the new destroyer that I'm talking about today. Recusant class destroyer. Then we have the DBY 827 heavy turbo laser. While you perform a barrage attack, you may change one die to a face with a crit icon. So it basically allows you to get those crits in, which then, if you forget, crits allow you not only to do damage to a ship, but allow you to essentially do system damage to the ship, either to the pilots or to engineering, etc., to actually do like negative effects on the ship as well. Then we have titles, looks like I got here. Gilded Ages. At the end of the command phase or ship phase, you may discard a what is that symbol for? I think that's brace. Yeah, a brace defense token to move shields to one of your hull zones. If you do, the number of shields in that zone cannot exceed a maximum of 6. You cannot recover shields in that zone while it's greater than its maximum shield value. So basically, it's like it allows you to get an additional redirect. Like you already have redirects, and this allows you to discard a brace for another redirect. Actually, or that's not symbol for redirect. No, that is redirect. This is the symbol for brace. This is redirect. Yeah. So it's saying that it allows you to discard and move a shield to any one of your hull zones instead of just adjacent. So you can be more flexible with using up remaining shields on your ship to defend your ship. There you go. Then we have the Nova Defiant. That's a pretty cool pick. And if not familiar, the reason why some of these cards, you see these in gray symbols and numbers on the side, is because that tells you a way to you can manage without reading the verbose what tokens you can load on this card for abilities and how many. So it says when you are deployed, you must choose one of each type of command token on this card. And those are the 4 different tokens. And you get 4 max, you see at the top. Your command value is increased to 4, as opposed to whatever's normally on the ship. And you can be assigned more than one of each type of command token. Now that's huge. The fact that means you can stockpile command tokens. That is huge, because command tokens were used to get additional benefits when you do those command dial abilities. When you reveal a command, you may discard all of the tokens from this card to gain them. Wow, that's really awesome. It's almost like you make the ship like just fundamentally better. You can use twice as many command tokens, and you have a little bit better command, which is a good and a bad thing. If you have more command, you get more value out of fuck, I already forgot. What's the point of having a higher command? Certain abilities, like you need high command. I forgot off the top of my head because I haven't played this game in so long. But what's also bad about having a high command is that means you have more dials. So you have to try to think in advance. So when you place a new dial at the bottom, it'll be 4 turns until you see that dial. So it's hard to, at a whim, maneuver your ship. You have to think in advance what you're going to do with your ship, for example. Yeah, I forget off the top of my head, but command value is how many command dials you have on your ship. They also have the Patriot Fist as the 3rd one. This one says, while attacking a ship at medium to long range, if this is your first attack during your activation, you may add 2 blue dice to your attack pool. If you do, you cannot attack again during this activation. So, I don't know if that's good or not. Like, it's good the fact that you can pack a bigger punch with your ship, but normally your ships can shoot twice, and that means makes it so your ship can only shoot once. So, I don't know. If you're trying to, one punch a ship, that might be good, but otherwise, being able to not attack twice, ugh, woof. Okay, so then we get to the stats of the ships, the two different ships you can fly. There's the Recusant class support destroyer and the Recusant class light destroyer. So, yeah, this is a really slim looking ship, but man, it has a lot of punch to it. Like, because it's slim, as you might imagine, it doesn't have much hull, but it has a lot of shielding and a lot of weapon systems. It just doesn't have a lot of hull, as you can see. All right, so I'll show you the card, then I'll read it to you. And its turning's pretty good too. It's pretty good. So it's got 8 hull. It's got 1 anti-squadron for blue. It's got 1 of basically every type of defensive action. Command 3, Squadron 2, Engineering 3. And it's got actually no blues on the light one. It's all reds and then blacks. So if you're stacking blacks to get that in-close damage, you can annihilate. And in front, it shoots 4 reds. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Its maneuverability is kind of shit, but when you're going speed 3, its maneuverability is actually really good. So I see the ship doing good at just doing like tight orbits and trying to angle your orbit so that you get that double arc looking at your ship, looking at the enemy ship, because if you're just looking at reds at a double arc, that's going to be 7 red dice. That's really devastating. And then the more expensive version of the ship, and again, the reason on these cards why you don't see the cost to build is because they are on the other side. Small difference, but very expensive ship. Barely not as expensive as an Imperial class Star Destroyer. That's because basically you're just not paying for the extra hull, but you have all the value of the other abilities. Recusant class support destroyer. This guy's got some blue in replacement of red and blacks going on. And it's got a red die for anti-squadron instead of a blue. And then if I recall, yep, it has an extra squadron as well. So I can command 3 squadrons instead of 2. Yeah, 7 reds is pretty ridiculous. And Acronis, you are correct. So this one is probably better at orbits. That way it doesn't matter what's going on. You can get more hits in. Because, so like, for example, if you're at the range that you're too far away for blacks, but you actually are close enough for blue hits, then you would roll all of your red and your blue dice. And so, for example, if you're doing double arc from the front, that would be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would actually be 9 dice you would roll if you got a double arc. But hell, if you just attack from the front including blue, that'd be 5 dice. But then, obviously, of course, if you're in close to any of these ships, you would roll all of your dice, which is also devastating. Yeah, that is all the buds. Here's a look at the 2 different ships. Yeah, I really like the ship. You got the punch of an Imperial class. You have less hull, but you actually have a little bit more maneuverability, especially going at speed 3. And just a cool fucking looking ship, man. Fucking awesome. Look at that. Look at that baby. Fucking awesome. Alrighty, so That's it for all of the goodness that comes with it. So I'm going to do... I'm not going to waste time building this for you. I'll show this when I do a reveal of my Squadrons Die build, so you can see them all next to each other, so you can get a sense of the bigness. But yeah, this is my babies. Very cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, short and sweet, but I wanted you to enjoy as I enjoy. Thanks for watching. Of course, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you have seen. Again, this is twitch.tv/Ismortah. And I will have more streams for this. Like I said, expect a future stream for my entire collection with my builds I currently have for each faction for the Clone Wars, as well as show a demonstration of all the ships together and how they look when they're on the play space. Well, thanks for watching again. This is Ismortah, and I'll catch you next time.